Good morning. What's going on, Mr. Ebert?
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Go, baby. Let's
Hello,
go.
All right. Good morning, Vantage. How's everybody doing this morning?
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Wonderful,
Awesome.
wonderful. So I have the honor to host this morning, and I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Rebecca Lim. I'm married for 20 years with two teenage kids now. A little bit about my background. I actually studied economics and programming, so I am a nerd. And then I went on to get my master's in business administration, was previously a CFO of a publicly traded company, putting together 60 plus pages of financial statements. But you guys, you know what? I had no idea what to do with my own 401k. I'm actually embarrassed to say this. So instead of building a legacy for my family, taking care of the financial future for my family, I was making somebody else wealthy. Okay. So Vantage, I love Vantage. When this opportunity came up, actually, I saw Dan and Becky, and I knew them previously. So when this opportunity with Vantage came up, I had to jump on it. Really, just the opportunity, you guys, the opportunity of helping so many people, so many families, right? And our leadership, impeccable. I am so grateful to be mentored, right? By our leaders like Dan, like Armand, like Rick, just so many amazing leaders. I've been at Vantage for 4 months now, you guys, and in the last 2 weeks, I made more money than I have ever made in a month in my life before. And this is just the beginning, right? I really love what we do of helping families, individuals, right? Who doesn't like helping? Don't we all love helping others? Yeah. What about flexibility of time? Who likes, being in control of their own time, right? I hate my 9 to 5, right? But this opportunity gives us flexibility of time. And guess what? In addition to that, not only are we helping families, we have control of our time, we're well compensated too, right? That's kind of a nice little bonus. Um, so what did I do, right? So here's the thing, right? It's important. I've just been trying to build my team, right? That way I can go out of my known market into the unknown market, right? And also, you guys, it's really important to listen. So God gave us one mouth with 2 ears and 2 eyes. Yeah. So I try to listen and I try to keep my eyes open for opportunities, right? So if do we all know somebody who maybe recently moved or left a job, changed jobs, right? That's an opportunity. Rollover, it's screaming rollover, right? Do we know anybody who just recently got married or maybe had a baby or bought a house, right? That's opportunity, you guys, right? We can help them protect their future, leave a legacy for their family. So basically, in a nutshell, right? My goal is to get my $100,000 ring by the end of this year, and to help my mentor, whom I just respect so much, Dan Ebert, get him to $1 million in this company. So without further ado, um, I think we're gonna watch a video, and it's Tony Robbins. Do we all know Tony Robbins, right? He is known, renowned, known worldwide, and he's one of the top personal coaches, mentors in the world. So without further ado, shall we watch this video?
Every moment of your life, you're answering 3 questions. Jot them down. 3 questions. First question is, what are you going to focus on? Right now, whatever you're focusing on affects you. If you're focusing on how you're going to use what you're going to learn this weekend, you could be focusing on the smell of your neighbor after all that jumping up and down. There's so many things you could focus on. We don't focus on everything. We focus on a small number of things, and that's what we experience in life. And focus, write down, equals feeling. Whatever you focus on, you're going to feel, even if it's not true. Have you ever had somebody tell you something and said, you think John is your friend? John's not your friend. He's talking behind your back. And you go, no, he's not. John's my friend. You misunderstood. But if 2 or 3 people tell you John's talking behind your back, you can get pretty pissed off because that's really just hurt, right? And then maybe you confront John. Who's ever done this? Confronted somebody about something you've done and then found out you were wrong and felt like an idiot. Who's ever had this happen before? Say aye. So the most powerful decision we make, and most of us don't make it consciously, is what are we going to focus on? Because you could be focusing right now on the blood rushing through your left ear or the touch of your clothes against your skin, but you don't. Most of what your brain does is distort, delete, and generalize to make life simple. And the problem is when you distort, delete, and generalize, you miss a lot of your life. So we want to kind of see if we can't get out of that. And what we got to do is figure out what the focus is. Let me give you 3 patterns of focus. You tell me which of these are you. And there's no right or wrong, and don't get personal about it, because if you don't like your answer, we can fix it. I want you to think like software. Here's my question. If I asked you, there are 2 things you could focus on, what you have or what's missing. Which one do you spend more time focusing on? Shout it out. You can hear in the room, you were not taking a poll, one is dominant. Raise your hand if you focus more on what's missing. Raise your hand nice and high. Keep your hands high and look around this room. It's about 95% of the room. Now I have a simple question for you. It's a really important question. It's a simple one, but an important one. Just think software. Don't think personality. If your brain is constantly focusing on what's missing, how can you ever sustain happiness no matter how successful you become? It is impossible. Raise your hand if you see this. And it's dominant in this room because most of you, how many consider yourself to be an achiever? That's part of who you are as an identity. So as an achiever, looking for what's wrong for a moment so you can fix it can be a good thing. But what happens is it becomes a habit, and then it doesn't matter how much you achieve, you're not happy. You know how many multi-billionaires, you know how many entertainers with their Oscars or their Emmys or their Grammys that I work with, who you think would be the happiest people in the world? They're worth almost $1 billion, some of them. They're the best in the world at what they do. Everybody loves them, and they're miserable. I get the call. And why is it? It's because they keep focusing on what's missing no matter what they have. That's one pattern this weekend. If you only change that, would change your life. What happens when you focus on what you have? You feel alive. You feel no scarcity. You feel joy. How many of you have lots of things in your life that if you focused on it, you could feel grateful for, you could feel excited about? How many got lots of things like this now? Say I. But it doesn't exist unless you focus on it. And we all have patterns of focus. The second question is, what does this mean? Because the minute you focus on something, you have to give it a meaning. Is this the end or the beginning? Is God punishing me? That's why this problem happened? Is God challenging me? Or is this problem a gift from God? See, if you think it's the end of a relationship, are you going to feel the same way, act the same way as if you think it's the beginning of a relationship? Yes or no? No. The meaning changes the answer to the third question, which is, what am I going to do? Because meaning equals emotion. Whatever you give a meaning, you're going to have a feeling. If you think God is punishing you, you're going to have a very different feeling from that meaning than you think God is challenging you or this problem is a gift from God. How many follow here? Say I. People oftentimes have trouble in their relationship. You know why? In the beginning of a relationship, what's your focus? Are you trying to get them to give you things? Is that the primary focus? When you really love somebody, what will you do for them? Shout it out. What will you do? What will you do? What will you do? If someone says to you, would you take out the trash? Go take out the trash. What else can I do for you? In the beginning. But after 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months, 7 years, or 70 years, somewhere between 7 days and 70 years, they go, could you take out the trash? You go, what do I look like? You're a janitor. You go, I don't know what it is. We used to have so much passion. What happened? If you do what you did in the beginning of the relationship, at the end of the relationship, there won't be in it. Because in the beginning, it wasn't a trade. You weren't measuring your meaning. You were focused on how to give. How many can relate to this here? Say I. Once you start measuring what you're getting, it's a transaction. Transactions don't make anyone feel good long term. I'll give you another one on focus, another pattern. Do you tend to focus more on what you can control or what you can't control, what's outside your control? Which do you tend to focus more on, what you can control or can't control? And watch this, it'll be a different pattern this year, I guarantee you. Raise your hand if you focus more on what you can control. Raise your hand. Keep your hands up nice and high. Look around. It's about 80%. How many focus on what you can't control? Can't control. And it's about 20. So it's about 75, 25, or 80, 20. But notice this one is more focused on what you can control, more people. That's why you came here. How many of you came here so you could take more control of some area of your life here? Say, aye. That's why you're here. And how many of you know someone that you wish came with you that frickin' needs this way more than you do, and they're not here? Why? They focus on what's missing, I guarantee you, and they focus on what they can't control, or they think this is just some guy talking, that can't change your life, which is really an unconscious belief that I can't change it. Now, some of you have both. What's missing is your focus and what you can't control. How are you gonna feel? Just forget you personally. Think as a software in the brain. What is someone gonna feel who's constantly focused on what's missing and what they can't control? What would you have to feel, my friends? Come on, tell me. Sad, frustrated, angry, depressed? But think about this. This is how we function. So why are they still depressed? Because they're still focusing on what's missing and they're focused on what they can't control. And I'll add one more. Do you tend to focus more on things from the past, the present, or the future? We all do all three, but where do you spend more of your time? Raise your hand if it's the past. Now look around the room. It's only about maybe 1 or 2% of the room. Because if you focus too much in the past, you wouldn't even come to a program like this. You might get enough of it, say, I want to change it. But if you focus on the past, since you can't control it, makes it pretty tough. How many focus more on the present? That's where you spend more of your time, in the present moment. How many focus more on the future? Watch this. Look at this future-based room here. Because that's what achievers do, right? We're focused on how to create a better future. Many of you came for that. So what's the goal? Well, certainly you want to use all three, but if you're going to spend your predominant time and you want enjoyment, it's the present. If you want to create a great life, it's the future. So it's a balance between the present and future. These three patterns alone can change your whole life. What if you came here and you're always focused on what's missing, and we retrain your brain to find all the unbelievable magic and magnificence in your life, and you keep seeing it, feeling it daily? Will they give you more energy or less energy? Hell of a lot more energy, and that's what's going to change it all. So our focus is the first question. Second question is what's going to mean. Is this the end or the beginning? Will that change how you feel? And based on how you feel, will you answer what to do differently? You bet. These three questions are happening every moment of your life.
Right. Wow. That was so good to help our mindset. So now, without further ado, I have the privilege to introduce our speaker for this morning. This gentleman has been with Vantage for about 6 months, but in the industry for 20 years. He's been with Prudential, Transamerica, and Ameriprise, and he really enjoys what he does. He actually, just in the 6 months that he's been with Vantage, he already earned his reign, his $100,000 reign. Now, this gentleman also is celebrating his 28th wedding anniversary today. He has 3 kids, and congratulations, Armand McCarroll.
All right. Thank you, Rebecca. That was a great introduction. I appreciate you. Can everybody hear me pretty good? Everybody hear me?
Yes.
Right. All right. Good morning, Kevin. How are you, sir?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Hey, Jerry, how are you? All right.
Good
Well, listen.
morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So listen, guys, I have about 12 to 15 minutes to give you some training on typically what it takes me 2 hours to present. So, take good notes. Matter of fact, if anybody wants this presentation, just let your leader know, and I can get it to them. And before I get started, I was encouraged to say, how can you make $100,000 in 4 months? Now, let me be very transparent with you. When I first was going to do this presentation, I was going to say how to make $5,000 in a month. And so I was talking to a few of the leaders, and they were like, listen, we got a big convention coming up in Tampa, January 2nd through the 4th. We want a lot of ring earners. And so people need to know that here at Vantage, and Rebecca, you're going to be one of them, that you can earn your ring in a very short period of time, you know? And listen, I got to tell you, the next speaker that's coming up, Mr. David Garcia, listen, he'll probably get his ring in a month. So he's just that powerful. So if when I'm giving this presentation, there's a little voice in your head saying, you can't do this, then that's the problem. That's the problem right there. Because what did Tony Robbins say? You know, what are you going to focus on, right? There's only two things that we can control. We can control our attitude and we can control our activity. And so what I'm asking you to do is control your activity to get to $100,000 by December. All right, let's jump into it. So listen to this. You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated or stuck. After years of living your life in survival mode, you're freaking exhausted. There's a difference. Listen, and I know we all go back to, why did you decide to come to Vantage? Why did you decide to get into the financial services industry? Listen, we know the statistics. We do the presentations every week, right? Many people are living paycheck to paycheck. Matter of fact, many Vantage associates are living paycheck to paycheck. Listen, if you live paycheck to paycheck for years and years and years, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. So what I want you to do is take this time to get ahead of the game. Take this moment advantage to try to get ahead of the game, right? And exhale, if you will. Try to get you an emergency fund. Try to get more versus just enough, right? Does that make sense? Now, I'm going to use some numbers. So when we're doing this presentation, there has to be some assumptions. And so one of the assumptions that we're going to use is 10-6-2. Now, for many of you, yes, I did take off the 1. So what does that mean? For every 10 contacts you make, 6 will show up and 2 will do something. So 2 will either become it'll be a business partner or sale or whatever. So these are the numbers. This is and I'm gonna go through some more assumptions, but this is the assumption that we're gonna use to get these numbers, right? Because listen, the whole goal of this presentation is to show you what you need to work on every day. Because like I said, if I told many of you, I need you to make $100,000 in the next 4 months. Well, what if you never made $100,000 in a year in your life? That's going to be kind of overwhelming for you. Your brain is going to say, are you kidding? And so what we want you to do is have something to focus on every day. And if you focus on that every day, you'll get to your goal. Does that make sense? All right, so here's some assumptions. I'm basing all these numbers on an associate level 55%. So listen, I went down. I'm not even using F&G numbers. I'm using regular numbers. So 55%. Here's some more assumptions. The average client is worth 3,000 points. That's a $250 a month policy. Now listen, what happens if you write $1,000 a month? What happens if you write $2,500 a month? That puts you ahead of the game. So but for this presentation, we're using $250 a month. The next assumption, you have created a list of people to contact. And you, along with your leader, makes these calls together. Here's the other assumption. 8 calls equals 2 appointments, 4 appointments equals 1 sale. Now, you might say, well, Armand, my numbers are better than that. Great. You might say, Armand, my numbers, I'm terrible over the phone. Matter of fact, if I could make 8 calls and make 2 appointments, that would be great. It takes me 20 dials to get 2 appointments. Let me just tell you what'll happen. Keep making the calls, keep making the dials, keep making the contacts. Because guess what's going to happen? You're going to get better. You're going to get better, and your numbers are going to get better. All right. Now, so let's get into the math. Now, listen, I'm going to go through every line just to make sure you have the math, because what I want you to do is after this presentation is over, you can plug in whatever numbers are good for you. You know, if I'm David Garcia, David may say, well, listen, I need to make $500,000 by the end of year, right? Because he's got a big vision. Well, he could take that $500,000 and plug these numbers in. All right. So now, so the goal is 100,000. The first thing we need to do is figure out how many points that is. So again, what we do is we take $100,000, which is our income, divided by our contract level, which remember I told you is 55%. If you had a higher contract, great. That's 182,000 points. So that means you got to do 182,000 points between now and the end of December to run the numbers. Now, understand this. Are there some factors? Are you going to have split cases and all that kind of stuff? Yes. You know, again, I'm not getting into the weeds of it. I just want to give you some math to follow. Again, we talked about, 3,000 point assumption. So now if I take the 182,000 points divided by 3,000, that tells me I need 61 clients between now and the end of the year to hit my ring. 61 clients. If I take 61 clients divided by 4 months, that's 15 clients a month. Wow. So 15 clients a month would get you to your $100,000 ring by the end of the year. I'm just curious. Go into the chat and tell me how many of you thought that it would take you more to get to your $100,000 ring, right? Now, keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. If your case size is bigger than 250, then guess what? You're not going to need 61 clients. If you're like Rebecca, Rebecca probably could do it in 40 clients, because every IUL she writes is $1,000 a month. No, I'm just joking. So 15 clients a month, right? So let's continue. So 4 appointments equals 1 sale. Let's do the math. 4 appointments, remember this was an assumption, for every 4 appointments equals 1 sale. What if every 2 appointments for you equals 1 sale? Then the numbers are lower. So that means take 4 appointments. So we take 15 clients times 4 appointments. That means we need 61 appointments a month to hit our goal. Now you say, okay, well, Armand, I need 61 appointments. What do you need to do to get an appointment? You need to make a contact. You need to make a call. So in this example, 8 calls equals 1 appointment. So 61 times 8, that's 488 dials a month. 488 dials a month, right? Everybody following me so far? How are we doing? Give me a thumbs up if we're doing good. All right. So, all right, wow, 488 dials a month. Okay, let's continue. Let's do some more math. So if I needed 488 dials a month, and let's say I just decided that I didn't want to work on Sundays or whatever. So what would I do? Take 488 divided by 26. What is that? That equals about 18, 19 dials a day, which is what you see here. So let me just break it down for you even more. If you made between 18 to 20 contacts a day, 5 to 6 days a week, and your skill set got better and better, you got better at making calls, your case per client size went up. All these things are going to happen. Guess what? By the time January comes, you'll be getting your ring in Tampa as well. 20 contacts a day, 6 days a week. Now, guess what though, guys? We have the privilege of recruiting. We have the privilege of building. So that 20 contacts a day was just if you did it by yourself. But what if you had help? What if you had 2 business partners? And now you could take those numbers and divide it into 3. What if you had 4? What if you had 6? It's the same 20 contacts. The only difference is you're not doing all the work yourself. And what did Rockefeller say? I'd rather earn 1% of 100 men's efforts than 100% of my own. Guys, it's a privilege that we get a chance to build here. We had a lot of trainings going on in our office this week. Oh my God, it was a joy seeing people get it, seeing people learn, seeing people get information that they now can share with the world. It was awesome. And you can do that over and over and over and build a great team. Now, just real quick, and I know David is going to go into a little bit of this, but I just want to give you a quick phone script, just quick. And let me just tell you guys, this is what we call the 3 characteristic script. And WIIF, that's that radio station that says, what's in it for me? What's in it for them? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to introduce yourself. You're going to say who referred you. You're going to say the purpose of the call, and you're going to schedule the appointment. That's it. That's it. Hi, Rebecca. This is Armand. Listen, I was referred to you by David Garcia. You know David, don't you? Yeah, I know David. That's a good friend of mine. Listen, the reason why I'm calling Rebecca is David just started with our company, and he's doing a great job. And we were going over his business plan yesterday, and your name came up. And David tells me that you're great with people, but that you're just looking for more passion in your career, and you're looking to make some more money. Is that true? Yeah. Well, listen, David thought it would be a great idea to introduce you to what we're doing over here at Vantage. When would be a good time for the 3 of us to get together? That's it. Schedule the appointment. That's it. You do that 20 times. And then as you go out, you prospect a little bit, and you'll find that the numbers will take care of themselves. Listen, guys, the confidence you have calling someone will determine whether you get the appointment or not. Until you contact someone, listen to me, until you contact someone, you haven't done anything. I don't care how many classes you go to. I don't care how many of these trainings you attend. I don't care how many conventions you go to. Until you make contact with someone, that's where the rubber meets the road. Listen, guys, giving up your goal because of one setback is like slashing your other 3 tires because you got one flat. Listen, guys, get on the phone. Get on the phone, make a contact. All right, guys, listen, that's all that I have for you. If you got some value out of that, hit me in the chat to say, hey, I got some value out of that. Listen, I'm in a privileged position to bring up our next speaker. Oh my God, listen, believe it or not, I've only met this gentleman one time. I've only met him one time. And we got a chance to shoot some pool. Hey, he's a pretty good pool player. I know, but next time when we get together in October, I'm gonna beat him though. I know I can get it. But he's a great guy. He's a consummate professional. He's a business guy. Listen, this guy is and ran one of the largest insurance agents in LA. He was the CEO of DTLA in downtown Los Angeles. Listen to this, guys. Listen, I'm talking to you about 6 figures today. He's a multi-7-figure income earner. He has over 20 years in the industry. He's mentored over 600 agents Many of them he's turned into 6 and 7 figure earners, and and that script that I just gave you, he probably has that script and many more that he can train agents on how to get appointments over the phone. And so listen, this ties in really well to what I just trained on, because David can definitely show you how to get to your $100,000 ring before the end of the year. So without further ado, let me bring up Mr. David Garcia. David, take it away, my friend.
What's up, everybody? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Good. Another day in paradise. Thank the Lord.
Yes.
All right. So it's a pleasure to be on. Let's just get into this. I'm kind of going to piggyback off of what you're talking about, right? And just give you a little bit of background on myself. I've been in this business 20 years. This model that Vantage has, I've seen and I've heard about it for the 20 years, but I've never heard a presentation or anything. All I know is I came from a platform where it's just like you get your office, you have 15 agents, you're just getting override, and then that's it. We don't recruit. I've spent over $1 million in leads in my lifetime, and that's how we kind of just worked it off. So Jeff Levitan invited me to his mastery retreat, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago, over at his $9 million estate that had elevators and 3 levels in it. It was like 23,000 square feet, the house. I got lost a few times. Anyways, long story short, I finally learned how these people do it. And then I'm just sitting there like, you know, I'm well off. I got a book of business, about 19,000 clients I've obtained over the last 20 years, and I'm set for life, right? But when I would go on vacations and do this and that, it's just kind of like everything was depending on me, right? I'm the talent, right? I have a big home office. I got like 6 staff to process all my business and all that. But then I was like, I heard Jeff talking. I was like, and just like what he said, I'd rather get 1% of 100% people's efforts than 100% of mine. So I thought about it, and I'm like, all the big hitters in this industry, Patrick, David, Jeff Levitan, all the people that are making a lot of millions of dollars, all have this platform. So then I tell myself, you know what? I mean, I could keep on doing what I'm doing, but at the end of the day, I'm just going to be detail in the corner over here, right? I was like, no, I want to do something bigger, something greater. Everybody knows I'm going to do something great. God put me here for a reason. So I just told myself, I'm going to become whoever I need to and do whatever I need to in order to give my family and my legacy the best life possible, so that future generations, okay, are going to look back and say, great, great, great David, you know, he got our family well taken care of. You know, he got us the big house in the hill, and all our future generations are going to be able to go to the best colleges and all that stuff. And I have a saying, I didn't come from a rich family at all. Very, very rough childhood, but a rich family will come from me. Okay. So since I left the retreat about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I started to implement what Jeff taught me and all these guys, right? And since then, I have recruited 10 agents. Okay. One, I met with them this week. He's coming over from another agency. His name's Josh Quillen. And Josh, can you unmute yourself real quick?
Yes. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Right. He's been my buddy 20 years. And when I tell you guys, pretty much when I got into business 20 years ago, I didn't know anybody in the industry. I just went blind and I found my mentor and I just believed in him. I didn't question anything. I became successful. And all my friends are like, geez, if Dave could do it, I can do it. So he's one of them. He just got started out, I don't know, 3 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, about 3, 4 years ago. Yep.
Yeah. How much business did you write last year?
A little over 500,000.
500,000. Thank you. Right. So like now I have a big network. I know everybody in this business. Right. I just I got and this is how dedicated I am, and anybody that I deal with, right? Over here in California, it's 7:39. I had two new agents that I recruited. I met them for the first time, one on Monday and one on Tuesday. Can you guys come over here real quick? And guess what? I was like, be at the office by 6:30 on a Saturday, right? Here they are. And come here. Nick, I met you for the first time on Monday, right?
Yeah.
When did you pass your test?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yep.
2 days ago, right?
Yes, sir.
I met you on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
When did you pass your test?
Friday.
Friday. Thank you. Okay. Jacob, come here. So this is Jacob right here. And he just got licensed. And I did my first business. We did our first business launch ever this week. I had never done it. It's all new to me. And I'm just, getting mentored by John Benham and Jeff. And then we're just like, okay, boom, right? We did his business launch. And since then, he has made 6 sales, right?
Sorry.
Off of that business launch. Total annual premium was $23,700, all in IUL business. He referred, we got referred 6 new people that could use our help. And one of the people that we helped out is actually on the call right now. And we recruited him. And all I got to say is I was a little skeptical, to be honest with you. But man, we just, after that business launch, we just gave each other a high five. We're like, man, this stuff is so easy, right? All this hundreds and thousands of $1 million leads I'm spending on leads, no more. Let's have a seat, right? So then I'm just so then I'm just thinking outside the box, right? Okay. And then let's see here. Wyatt, are you on the call?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So Wyatt, he's actually been my client for a few years, right? And I never really paid attention, but now that my mind's thinking, I'm like, okay, at the end of the day, it's all about helping as many people as we can, right? I'm a man of faith, and I added him on Facebook, and I see that he's a pastor, and he has a following about 6,000 people. And every day he's online giving lectures, having seminars, spreading the word of God. So we were upgrading one of his policies, and I talked to him, I think on Monday or Tuesday, and I was like, hey, Wyatt, you're doing an amazing job spreading God's word, right? How about we take it a little further? Okay. All these people that you're helping out, wouldn't it be amazing to be able to make sure all their families are protected? And also, he's working for the county, right? Currently, Wyatt?
Yeah.
You're working for the county.
Yeah.
And then I was like, how would you be able to have the flexibility and the income to be able to not have to go to clock in, clock out, and just do what God put you here to do and spread his word, okay? And make a lot more money than you currently are. If I can make that happen, does that sound like a deal? He's like, what'd you say, Wyatt?
I said, absolutely.
Absolutely. Right. And he's doing his classes, and he's gonna do some great, amazing things. I think even your daughter and son are getting involved in it, right?
Yep. You got to make it a family thing.
Yeah. And that's what Vantage is. I went to the convention, and everybody was family oriented, the wife and the husband, like kind of like teamwork. I guess that's like what everyone's doing, and it really works, right? My wife's licensed. She handles the Spanish market. My son's 21. He's licensed. He's going to college and all that stuff, right? But why not be able to give your family the life that they want? Because nowadays it's hard to get a good paying job, right? It's hard nowadays. And this is just an amazing concept. And I just want to just let you guys know, I had never done this up until a few weeks ago, right? And I got some skin in the game. And I wish I would have known it back then, because I would have been having a $9 million estate too. But guess what? I'm just getting started. And I'm a little excited for this, okay? And one thing I got to say, though, is be very selective. Time is money. I am very selective. If the people that I'm mentoring weren't here at 6:30, I wouldn't waste my time on them, okay? There's billions of people out there, and I'm pretty sure I could find someone that actually wants to be successful. So you guys don't waste your time on someone that doesn't want to help themselves, okay? So what I'm going to get into right now is how to build your brand. All right. I see a lot of people that are in this industry and they're not evolving to the next step. I'm going to play a little video right now, and then I'm going to talk immediately after. Hold on one second.
Attention is the currency of the modern world. So if you're going to start any kind of business, one thing you need to consider is, we talked earlier about money in, all your money out. This is your only real business, the money in. And how you don't want to be investing any of your money in anything that doesn't lead back to here. But you know what's going to lead to this? You know what's going to increase the number of sales coming in? Attention. Attention is key. Attention is going to accelerate everything. So you need to keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to do things that are a little bit crazy to get people to pay attention to you. Now, keep it in mind. Attention is the currency. Attention is the magic formula, that the catalyst that's going to take any company and blow it up fast. So keep that in mind when you're looking to launch your company or you're already running your company. Does my company get enough attention? No. Okay. So which company in my industry does get attention? This one. How do they get it? Oh, well, they pay for advertising, for example, or they do this viral campaign, or they sponsor this. How are the people taking the attention that you want? How can you get the attention? Find a way.
Okay. Now, and I got up at 4:30. I'm working an 80-hour week. I just did this presentation slideshow about 45 minutes ago. So it's a little, anyways, get to the point. So these are top strategies for building your brand. Okay. You got to embrace authenticity. Be yourself in all branding efforts. I remember when I started making money, I didn't know how to act. I didn't know, oh, do I need to be nice to this person? What if I offend this person? What about this person? You know what? The best thing you guys could do is just wake up tomorrow and just don't worry about anyone else. Okay. I only answer to one person, and that's the man above. Okay. If they don't, and you can't make everybody happy, right? You can change stuff and try and cater to make this kind of group happy. But then these people are going to be mad. And then if you pay attention to these people, then they're going to be mad. Just be yourself. And guess what? With me, everyone that knows me, whether they like or they hate me, at least they can say, you know what, Dave's Dave. And we respect and appreciate that. And we know what we're getting, right? Secondly, engage with creativity. Avoid bland, uninspired content. Aim to captivate your audience, okay? A perfect example are, everybody knows people that are in real estate, right? And their social media, all it is a house and a house and a house and a house. Okay. Nobody wants to see that. It's boring, right? And this is what I tell people. Life insurance, it's boring. I know, I've been selling 20 years. No one wants to talk about dying. Okay. But so when I post content, and I'm going to go into my page right now. Okay. Yeah, I'll throw in some stuff about, you know, insurance and retirement. But here's the thing. People buy you. Okay. I'm posting my lifestyle. I'm posting my family trips, you know, just success. Don't post no politics. All right. I do post about God, and honestly, if they don't like God, then I don't want them as my client anyways. I don't care. Right.
I'm gonna steal one of these.
Right. And then, but just post positive success stuff, but not just like, you know, probably for every 3 times I post just something about life or a new agent I recruit, whatever, then I'll post like some educational stuff. But people are buying you. And there's a reason why the insurance companies pay us so much money, okay, to sell a policy to someone. You know why? It's because they don't have a line outside their doors every morning. People lined up to wanting to spend money, wanting to spend $250, $500 a month on a policy. You know why? Because what we sell, it's a belief. It's not tangible, right? This iPhone, I paid, I don't know, $1,400 for it. But guess what? I know what I'm getting. I hold it every day. My life revolves around it. Okay. Somebody off of a Zoom call, okay, is going to be spending $1,000 a month for what? For hearing me speak for 45 minutes and then getting an email with their policy, right? No. What he bought was me. Okay. They don't buy the product, they buy you. Okay. And it's very simple. We just look and see if they have any problems, and we just offer solutions. And we got the best companies to do that, and we got the best leaders in the industry to do that. Also, leverage AI and social media. You want to integrate advanced tools and platforms for efficient brand management. I'll get into that in my next slide. Adapt to modern media consumption. Recognize that traditional newspapers have limited impact today. Who here reads a newspaper? Nobody. Okay. All right. I get all my news on Facebook or any type of social media. You have to evolve. Okay. And a good example personally with me was when the COVID pandemic hit. Okay. Everyone was on lockdown. So I was like, geez, okay, I can't go to people's doors, right? Because that's all I used to do is see people in person. So then I had to evolve. So I started doing it over the phone, but I was doing like anyways, I figured it out like within a couple weeks. And then I'm actually one of the best phone closers now. Okay. A lot of my appointments, I don't even do a Zoom. Because I figured that out, and I could do some training. I got training videos on that if any of you guys need it. Let's see what else. Capitalize on publicity. Remember, all publicity can be valuable if handled strategically. Okay, I'm gonna get into that right now too. Invest in marketing. Allocate resources to marketing for brand visibility and growth. Prioritize positive reviews. Focus on garnering and highlighting favorable customer feedback. Maintain strong accreditation. Obtain showcase certifications like BBBD accreditation. Highlight awards. Promote any accolades or industry recognition you received. Maximize content posting. Maintain a consistent and frequent posting schedule. Avoid political content. Steer clear of diverse topics to keep your brand neutral and inclusive. But guess what? We all know who we're voting for, right? Balance content. Ensure your content mix includes two businesses. Related posts for everyone, personal and non-personal posts. Claim and optimize your business listings. Ensure that your business profiles on platforms like Yelp and BBB are claimed accurate and up to date. So for example, all right, if your agency, if you have a potential client that wants to spend $1,000 a month and they Google you and it says business not claimed, you think they're going to do business with you? Probably not. Okay. Stand out from the competition. Distinguish yourself from the crowd, avoiding overly generic or dull content. Okay, so this is my Instagram. Okay, I hate social media. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't like posting. I wouldn't post again if I wanted to. But guess what? If I want to be successful and build a big legacy and build one of the biggest firms in the country, I have to, right? And what I say earlier, I'm gonna do what I have to in order. I'm gonna become who I need to become in order to accomplish those goals, right? So about a year ago, I told myself, I was like, okay, I'm gonna clean everything up and then just make it so that any client that I'm trying to obtain, wherever they look, it's just gonna be positive, positive, positive. Okay, they're not gonna have any reason to not do business with me. Okay. So I hired a marketing firm to handle my social media. Okay. Currently have 49,000 followers. Right now, I don't use my page to get leads. No, the only reason I have 49 followers and engage is so that anybody, whether they're looking, joining the company or a client wanting to do business with me, they go and check it out. They're like, well, geez, 49,000 people can't be wrong. Okay, I'm gonna do business with this guy, right? I just added this accolade right here, the 2024 California BBB Ethics Award recipient. I just added that last night. I'm not supposed to add it until September 11th because the BBB said not to do it because they're actually doing a live streaming. But I just did it anyways, just for this presentation, just to let you guys know. Now, as far as like business cards, I have my agent saying, hey, can you make me some business cards? I'm like, honestly, you don't need them nowadays, right? I have digital business cards, and this is one of them. And this is an idea you guys probably use. It's called linkme.com. My marketing team actually did it. And I'm going to put my marketing team information on here. So if you guys want to utilize them and get your stuff up to par, okay? But this is a link you send your client, okay? And on here, if you were to click this, if it was live, it'd have my Instagram post. This would have my calendar so they could book an appointment. This would have my website. This would have my TikTok, okay? And then it has just pictures and then my email and phone numbers, right? This is the new way of doing it, not business cards. This is my BBB review right here. Because a year ago, I started getting involved and I started sending gift cards to my clients, sending them a link. Hey, if you feel that I did a good job, go ahead and leave me a review. And if so, I'll send you a Starbucks gift card for $10, right? Doing that got me 10 reviews, all 5 out of 5. Okay. And I had a guy call me in the office 2 days ago, and he said, hey, listen, I have a West Coast Life term policy. It's expiring in 3 months, and I need a new policy. Can you help me out? And I was like, okay, how'd you hear about us? Well, to be honest with you, I have an agent. I'm doing business with them, and he's recommending some stuff. But you know what? I just wanted someone reputable and someone in town, right? And I just went on the BBB, and you had 5-star ratings and all these reviews. So I just called you up, and then I was like, oh, okay. And it was like it was a lay down sale. He didn't question anything. He just gave me his bank account, his social, all that stuff willingly, because guess what? I was accredited. Okay. So if your agency isn't accredited, it's $50 a month, but you're able to put that seal on your website, on your email signature, and all that stuff. It pays for itself. Okay. This is the president of the Better Business Bureau in California. All right. Because I took time and said I'm going to build up my social media. All right. Someone nominated me for the Ethics of Excellence Award of 2024. Okay. And then he calls me, or his assistant calls me, and he's just like, hey, Dave, you're a finalist. Do you mind if we send someone out there to come and interview you? And I'm like, yeah, sure, buddy. Anyways, I'm chilling here early morning, and I just finished doing some affirmations with my team. Every morning we do a meeting, and we did a little meditation, and I was explaining to him, hey, this universe, it's all energy. Okay, money is attracted to energy. So if you just put the good energy out there, you're gonna get attracted to it. It's weird, but it's true, right? And I was like, today is gonna be an amazing day, but not just an amazing day. Today's gonna be one of the best days of our life that's gonna change our life forever. I don't know how, but it will. Okay. And 30 minutes later, 8 people are walking into the office, and they got a film crew. They got all these balloons. There's like cameras. They got a makeup artist, and I'm like, what the heck? Anyways, they come. Long story short, they're like, you're not the finalist, you're the winner. So that's what I won. I won I got a picture right, the 2024 Better Business Bureau Ethics Award Marketplace Excellence for medium business category in all of California. All right. So there's an award for a medium, for a small business, a medium size, and a large. Okay. I won the medium size award. So just think about it, right? In your hometown, if you go to dinner at a restaurant and you see an award on there, 2024, California best Italian food, from the highest accredited food critics or whoever that is. I don't know who it is. Okay. Are you going to question any of the food? No. You're going to go, you're going to order everything on the menu, and you are just going to have a full belly, spend a lot of money, right? Well, guess what? Now when I post this, clients are just going to say, you know what, Dave, just take care of me. All right. I'm not going to ask questions. Obviously, for you to get that award, okay, you're doing something right. Just take care of my family. See how much easier it's going to make my company moving forward and anybody that's affiliated to me, right? This is my Yelp. I don't know if I put this twice. Let's see what else. Oh, so if you guys are interested in building your brand, this is the guy that I use, Real Joe McCarthy. You could just write down his name on Instagram, message him, and just say, hey, David from Vantage recommended me. Okay. He will, he's the one that set up my link me, and he does all your social media accounts and gets engagement, people to react, and they do everything. Okay. It's a real game changer. But in order to, just like Angie Tate was saying, nowadays, okay, you have to evolve. You have to go on social media. Okay. No one's reading newspapers. Everything's all digital, and you just have to evolve. All right. You got these people that have no value. They just put dumb content on YouTube, making millions and millions and millions of dollars. They're more famous than actual celebrities, right? People are asking to get their signatures instead of other people, right? I don't make the rules. That's just the way the tide is going, and you just got to evolve and go along with it. And I believe that concludes my deal here. Stop share. All right. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Yes.
Great. How long did it take you to build up your brand, your social media? And what was some of the obstacles that you had to, the challenges that you had to face, if that makes sense?
No, absolutely. I'm glad you asked the question. Basically, he just said, I'll take care of everything. Just keep on posting stuff. Post stuff as much as you can. And I was like, okay. And he just told me, he's the one who told me, no politics, just post, successful stuff and stuff where people actually want to be like, what's he up today? You know what I mean? No one wants to see content on life insurance every day. You know what I mean? Right? If you go on there, I just have fun stuff, right? Just selling the dream. And then I even have people like, my sister, I remember her saying like, well, what about if you get an older client and then you're having fun or doing this and doing that? I was like, listen, they probably might not say it, but they're living vicariously through my stories, right? No one's mad. It's all in fun. You know what I mean? And then I was like, that's why people engage with me, because I'm real, right? I'm not trying to please everybody. Hopefully that answers your question. So you just hit him up and he does everything for you. And it'd probably take like 3 or 4 months.
Okay. And one last thing. I thought they said you're supposed to post like 3 things, something spiritual. You know what I'm saying? It was like 3 to 5 things they say you're always supposed to post something funny, spiritual. What is all that true, or is it just it's all that true? 3 things, just I can't remember what they say. Something spiritual, something personal, and then something business or something like that. Or does that it doesn't make sense to do that?
Yeah, you know what? I just post whatever I'm feeling that day. I actually used to do a lot of and I'm gonna start getting back into it. A lot of like mentoring and advice and stuff like that. I haven't lately just because I've been so busy, bringing on 10 agents the last couple of weeks. I'm working 7 days a week, but no, just don't post boring content on life insurance, because no one cares that much about it, right? Just post some personal stuff. Remember, they buy you, they don't buy the product. Okay. So successful stuff, right? Fun stuff. Whether it's spiritual, your family, or what have you, but just not the politics.
Thanks a lot, brother.
Absolutely. Yep. Anyone have any other questions? All right, guys. I'm gonna hand it back over to Armand, and I appreciate the time. You guys all have a blessed day.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, David. That was some great stuff, man. I'm going to reach out to you because I got some other questions that I need to, personal questions that I need to ask you. So that was awesome. Listen, I am going to turn it back over to Mr. Dan Ebert. I think he has some recognition, and then we're going to close it out. Is that correct, Dan?
That is correct. How's everybody doing today? Wasn't that good?
Oh my God. That was
Wasn't that
awesome.
Think about this. You get sales training, sales coaching, mindset coaching here for free every Saturday. It's really cool. So we're going to do just a little bit of recognition today. Last week we did all of August recognition, and we had some real superstars there. We're just going to go through today the summer surge contest. We're going to look at, I think, around the top 40-ish people that are there. So everybody's in the game, right? The top 10 stays at the house, and then the top 25 actually get to go. So I'm going to bring this up really quick, and we'll go through it. Can everybody see this, Armand? Can you see it?
Not yet. It's coming. Yep, now we can.
There we go. Cool. So we're going to go through it. So 39, we have Janet Tenasugarn. 38, Dwayne Griever. 37, Andreas Soroza. 36, Guadalupe Guzman. Number 35, Trey Turner. Number 34, Tracy Pittman. Number 33, Raymond McBride. Number 32, Bridget Morgan. Number 31, Jeffrey Mason. Number
Let's go,
30,
Jeff.
Louis Tejada, right? Number 29, Shirley Rosario. 28, Yang Vang. 27, Olga Dubon. Number 26, Ray Rojas. Top 25 that are in the money right now. Every week, every day, it shifts, but 25, we have Narcisa Hermosa. Number 24, Corey Pontbriand. Number 23, Emma Munoz. Number 22, Kimon Evans. Number 21, and Lisa Manalili. Number 20, Ruth Janine Betancourt. Number 19, Christopher Aaron. Number 18, Robbie Hazel. Number 17, America Jimenez. Number 16, Nestor Amaya. Number 15, LJ Bart. Number 14, Tyler Hanford. Number 12, Susana Rosario. Number 11, Maria Munoz. Now, this is the top 10. The ones that are in the top 10 get to stay at the house. Number 10, Rebecca Lim, who is our host today. Number 9, Brian Naranjo. Number 8, Pau Tao. Number 7, Nikisha Muldrow. Number 6, Mika Mitchell Simmons. Number 5, Christian Caseta. Number 4, Dan Ebert. Number 3, Trisha Vaughn. Number 2, Armand McCarroll. And the new number 1 this week, Armand was last week, David Henning. So this changes day by day, folks. So how do you get there? Personal points on the computer that you've been paid for. Personal direct recruits, 2,000 points per personal direct recruit. So some people are producing a ton. We'll go get some directs on there to make sure you move up the chain, right? And then personal directs, or personal points. So some of you have stuff in the pipes. Some of you are about to write stuff, but if it doesn't hit by the last cycle of September, it doesn't count. Doesn't matter if it got funded this day. If it doesn't hit the computer, it's no dice. So I want to make sure everybody gets it in. Everybody has a fair shot to get this through. But let's keep it going. And how do you build those points? It's definitely by building and recruiting. How do you find your clients? By building and recruiting. Known market to unknown market. Imagine opening a restaurant and the only people you sold to were your friends and family. How long would you be in business for? Not very long. So the whole point of your known market, you guys, is to get into your unknown market. So that was a lot of good stuff today, Dave. I'm definitely going to give your guy a call. There's a lot of social media marketers out there, but most of them don't know what they're doing, right? So this guy seems totally cool and legit. So, and I'm going to talk about, that was a great Tony Robbins video. I've been doing this a while. I've been doing this over 11 years. The number one reason why people don't succeed, not in just this business or as an entrepreneur in general, is they just don't put in the work. Wouldn't you say that, Dave? Thumbs up. They don't put in the work to do it. But why don't people
People are lazy.
Right. And you can say that. And I don't truly believe everybody's lazy. I think people are more scared than they are lazy. People live their lives in fear. They want to win. They want to if somebody knew every time they sat down with a client or a prospect for a recruit, they knew they were going to say yes, you can bet your butt they'd go. right? And there is an extent to laziness in people, but most people, they're scared. They're scared of what other people think. They're scared of the word no. 2 little letters keep people from achieving their dreams in life. Now, how many people are people of faith on this call? So how could you say you're a person of faith if you live your life in fear? Which is what most people do.
Can I answer that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was at church 2 weeks ago, and then the priest was saying, "Hey, you know how Jesus Christ was persecuted or whatever, and all his followers. He has us here, to spread his word, right? There's a lot of evil, especially it's just getting worse and worse. And guess what? We will be persecuted for speaking out, right? But who cares? He's going to protect us and take care of us, right? So, in order, that's why I was talking to, Wyatt. I was like, we just need to get his word out and help as many people. And how cool is it to be able to take care of their families? And I've been in the insurance business 20 years, and I've had 9 of my personal friends that I try to offer my services, whether it's like, hey, bro, you got family now, you're married, or you got kids, let's get you coverage. Oh, no, bro, I'm cool. I'm not going to die. I've had to donate to 9 of their GoFundMe accounts, right? Now it's just like, that's not going to happen. Like, how many of you have close friends and family members that aren't even protected just because your ego gets in the way? No. You just got to look at it different, right? We're here to help as many people, and guess what? We get compensated for it, man. There's so many people to help out, and this model is going to be able to get our word out and help out as many people. Okay, don't be afraid. You got to take risks in order to get the reward. Okay, the reason why there's so much money in this industry is, like he said, everyone's afraid. But what's the worst that can happen, right? Nothing. Like, this is guaranteed. You guys will all be successful. And like
That's
I said,
awesome.
I'm new to this, and I'm excited. You're going to see me grow every week. I'm going to have more people, and it's going to be exciting.
Right. And we all have the same opportunity, folks. So I'm going to give you a little trick that I learned. As my faith grew over the years, I just pretend every time I'm going to go into an appointment, I just pretend God's sitting right there next to me every time. And I pray, how can I help this person? If you know God's right there every time you sit down and do your appointment, can you fail? Where they say yes or no? Man, that's the deal. But when you don't have that belief that something of a higher power is going to help you, it's tough. So just make sure that you know he's there with you every step of the way. And no matter what, you're going to win this thing if you put in the work, right? Pray like it's up to him, work like it's up to you at the end of the day. And then you won't fail in this thing. So have a great Saturday, you guys. We really appreciate you. We got to get that number over 100. Call your people that weren't here that should have been here. Go, man, you missed it. David crushed it. Armand crushed it. Right? Rebecca crushed it today. So have a great Saturday.
If you guys have any
enjoy the rest of your
questions,
weekend.
you can message me on Instagram, DTLA Lions, and then I'll send you whatever content you want or answer any questions after we get off the call, guys. Appreciate you guys.
Sounds good. Have a good one, guys.
A great day.